Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out with me today. I thought this would be an interesting video and maybe a helpful one at that. I kind of perused comments on other YouTubers' channels and I noticed that people were asking for more kind of troubleshooting and cleanup and more of the full process of makeup application, if that makes sense. So a lot of times in videos people skip steps, like right now I'm kind of in between a makeup look where I just finished the eye application and now I was just going to go clean it up and apply mascara and do all of those things off camera so that I could come back and show you how to wrap up the look. But instead of just leaving it at that, I thought this might be an interesting video for people to kind of show you what I do to clean up my makeup, make it look better when maybe things are uneven or I just have to fix a couple things. So I'm going to show you that process. And my cat is under the desk playing with her cat toy, so sorry. Alright, I also just turned down my lighting because now you can see some of the textures and I have a lot of fallout from this eyeshadow. I had applied foundation and concealer prior. I am regretting that a lot now because there's so much fallout. I actually have to wipe off my under eye makeup and redo it. So first what I'm doing is I'm taking a tissue just kind of wrapped around my finger and just kind of brushing away any fallout that I can get off easily. And then since it's removing some of my foundation, you can already see it, like that's smudged right there. It looks terrible. So what I'll sometimes do instead of just applying more foundation to that, because it can look really icky, is I take a little bit of moisturizer or face cream. I take a couple drips of foundation. I take a foundation brush and mix those together. I'll just tap that over the top. This is going to break up the makeup. Sometimes I find with foundations, you have to do that. I don't know, sometimes when you go back to apply more foundation later, it just looks really cakey. It might end up not matching 100% to what you did before. So I just kind of go back and blend whatever edges I have. Man, these dark circles are coming out like no other. I think that I took care of most of the fallout and glitter, and the eyeshadow came out a little bit further than I wanted. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of clean that up there too. Yeah, this side's perfect. This side is too far out. So I just take my brush and just kind of blend that around there. Whoops. And I also notice I have a little bit of patchiness here. But I take any translucent powder or foundation powder of sorts. I just tap a blending brush into it and I just sweep my brush over the top to see if I can get some more of that color to blend out. Something about this eyeshadow that I use is just not blending in the way that I wanted it to. Kind of created a little bit of a mess there. You can kind of see there's a little bit of skipping right there. Okay, I'm going to finish up the face here. So because I had to kind of redo my foundation, reboot it, I'm now going in with a little bit more foundation. I'm using a flat top brush like this. This is meant for foundation. This is a Real Techniques foundation brush. I don't know if they make this particular one anymore because I've had it for a long time, but I really like it because it has a really dense base and it fans out, so you can really use it to apply product, but it's dense enough that you can just kind of work it into your skin. You can swirl it and buff your foundation in. So I'm using the littlest amount of product, but you notice how much cleaner and glowier my skin looks without having to stack on and pile on the foundation all over again. And since I haven't had to take any of this top part off, I don't need to worry about it. And then because I still see a little bit of the dark circles here, I'm going to go back to my concealer. I've been using the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. I take the little sponge tip off because I hate how unsanitary it is, just in my opinion. I'm going to use a clean fluffy brush, tap a little bit onto the brush off of my hand just to not get too much product, and I'm going to brush that back over under the eyes. There's this whole area right here. There's always going to be kind of like a puff right there. That's just normal. There's nothing you can do about that unless you were to get under eye fillers. But you notice now my face just looks more alive and looks less dirty. So the brush I'm using, I'm going to show you really quickly, is kind of a flatter but dense. So here's a concealer brush. See, you notice that the one here is a little bit thicker. I'm using this thicker one because the fluffier and thicker it is, the more it disperses product more evenly over your skin. But I'm choosing it to be flat instead of rounded because I want it to really get into this corner, and you can't do that with a fluffy brush. Then I take a fluffy brush and spray it down with just a little bit of the Pacifica Hydro Mist. This is basically like a MAC Fix Plus, but a Pacifica version of it. And I just use my fluffy brush to kind of blend that out, soften up any harshness there. It's still keeping my product in place, but it's also removing excess and rehydrating and kind of setting it at the same time. Especially if you worry about under eye creasing, this is how you can fix that really fast. I'm going to take a powder puff and I'm going to press this powder in underneath and around the eye and around the nose. And that's the only place I will ever press powder in like this. I press it under this bottom lash line just to ensure that my makeup sets in. Make sure nothing creases under the eye, and I'll just put a little bit here too. And then I'll take my foundation brush again and just kind of buff that in, get any excess out, and there we go. This is all set. Now I'll finish up my eyes. Make sure everything under the bottom lash line looks good. So I have a really small smudging brush. This one is from Eco Tools. So it came in a little kit. I got it, I think, at Fred Meyer Walgreens, and it was really inexpensive, but it's such a great brush. It's really dense, but so it concentrates and packs that color exactly where I want it to. If I feel like I need a brow bone highlight, I'll take something like this that's really close to my skin tone and just use that same flat brush from before and blend that onto my brow bone arch here just underneath. And sometimes I'll even take it into this inner tear duct area just to brighten it up a little bit more if I need to. And then I'll apply mascara. I'm not one to wear false lashes, and I do not curl my lashes just because I don't like the feeling of it. It transfers makeup. You can do whatever you like at this point. Okay. And that's it for my eyes. I'm going to check my brows really fast just to make sure everything looks good there. And I just use an angled liner brush just to kind of fill in any sparseness here. I have a whole other video on brows and how I do that with powder, which is what I'm wearing today. So you can click up here in that card and it'll take you to that video. So go to that video, pause it, and come back. Alrighty, that's it. Let's show you up close and you can see all my lines. I'll even turn down this light for you. There we go. You see all of my fallout is cleaned up. The video for this look will be up sometime. It will be up soon. It will be for the Smoke Sessions Color Story series using this palette here. So if you want to know how to get that look, stay tuned for that video and check it out. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!